Okay, hopefully everything is working now. This is gonna be kind of a second attempt. Hey everybody, my name's Carbon Man. You can see it in my username. Hopefully, everything worked. This is my first time streaming on YouTube. I decided to start streaming on YouTube because it seems fun and it seems like I'm gonna enjoy it, and hopefully other people enjoy it too. This is kind of a first episode. Hopefully, I'll be doing this more often. And this is Slay the Spire. So this is a game, it's sort of a roguelike deck building game that's been in early access on Steam since around November, and it's been really popular in the Twitch and YouTube, kind of streaming communities. It is a really interesting kind of, it's procedurally generated, I believe, and it's got a lot of replay value, so there's been a lot of people talking about, it's addictive, it's a really good game. It is on Steam, I believe it's about $15. It's been in early access for a while. They patch it about weekly to, add content and balance things and do bug fixes. Hopefully it'll be out of early access within the next couple months, and they'll continue to update it as time goes on. But we're just going to jump right in. Hopefully this isn't too confusing. I don't have any kind of like chat set up yet, so if people are trying to chat on this, which I highly doubt, then it won't work, but we'll get that set up eventually. And we're just gonna jump right in. I am going to abandon a run here because I had a run going that I don't necessarily need to continue. So you got 3 characters. One of the characters for the game is not yet available. It will be out later in early access, but for now we have the Ironclad. Start with 80 HP, 99 gold, and a relic. Relics are sort of the passive items of the game that, this allows you to heal 6 at the end of each combat, so it allows you to be more aggressive. If you take a little damage during combat, then you will heal at the end, so you can be less worried about that. This is definitely the more aggressive, kind of your warrior character in a roguelike type of game. And then here we have the Silent. This is this is like your rogue or your assassin build in a lot of other games. You start with a little bit less health, and you don't heal at the end of combat. Instead, you draw additional cards. So this is definitely the more strategic character, and kind of the slower, more defensive character. And then we'll have a third character eventually. We are going to, I think we're going to do let's do an Ironclad run today. I have been playing this game quite a bit. I think I have everything unlocked. The game does unlock new items and cards as you go, so hopefully everything's unlocked and we'll be able to experience all the content that's available right now. As you can see, there's a 3-eyed whale. There's a story to this game, but no one seems to know exactly what it is. All you know is you're slaying a Spire, and the 3-eyed whale, he says hello, and he's going to offer us a sort of a buff to start our run. He doesn't always do this. I believe the criteria is if you beat the first boss of the game on your previous run, then he will give you this choice. If not, then he'll say something like, oh, you didn't beat the boss, so you don't get rewards. But whatever, Mr. 3-eyed whale. I think his name's like Niao or some garbage. But he's going to give us some choices. We can obtain a random rare card. That can be kind of good, but like sometimes, it's a random card. All the cards have different effects, so you never really know. Max HP plus 8 is just good. There's no drawback. Losing 50% of your current HP to remove 2 cards. For the Ironclad, this can actually work well. You make your deck thinner, so, if you remove some cards that are just good, then maybe you'll get to your cards that are great faster. For anybody that's familiar with, traditional CCG type games like Magic or whatever, then you're going to be familiar with the fact that you want to draw your combo pieces faster. So this can be good, especially since we have the ability to heal. And then we can lose this and obtain a random boss relic. And this, I don't even understand this option, honestly. Not only do we really want to heal HP, but also some of the boss relics are not good. Some of them are like, oh, geez, this is going to make my run worse. So I think I'm going to do this option. I'm going to choose, this is our starting deck, by the way. We have 5 strikes, basic attack, 5 defend, this is our basic block, and then 1 heavy attack that costs more energy. You can see each card has an energy cost associated with it. and has different effects. I think we're going to remove... I think I would like to remove a defend and a strike. And then this is the meat of the game right here. Well, this is sort of the meat of the game. This is the map. This is sort of like your roguelike encounters. This you can see you have different. You know, this is kind of like an FTL style gameplay. You have enemy combat. That's where your main like playing your cards is going to happen. You have these little question marks, which are like a mystery. You know, you don't know what you're going to get there. Sometimes it's different events or choices. Sometimes these can just be combat anyways. This is a merchant, so we can spend the gold that we get in order to buy cards, buy relics. I think you also have an opportunity to remove a card at each shop. This is an elite. Those are more difficult combat, but they but they, you know, give you more rewards. You, I believe, have a chance to get rare cards from them. They also give you a relic usually, and also you get more gold. Campfires allow you to rest. You ideally want to try and preserve your HP because, you know, you can rest and heal some HP at a campfire, but if you don't need to rest, then you can upgrade a card. So, you know, you prefer to upgrade your cards rather than needing to rest. And then there's these chests. You are guaranteed to get at least one of these chests on every path that you could possibly take through this map, and those give you a relic and usually some gold or maybe a potion. There are potions, you can carry 3, and we'll see those as we go. And then at the end of the floor, we have one final rest or upgrade, depending, and our boss. You can see what boss you have, but I don't remember what this one is. It doesn't tell you the name, it just shows you an icon, and I haven't learned all the icons yet. There are 9 bosses in the game, 3 on each floor. If you're good at math, that's 3 floors. So let's just get started. I think I would like to go through this path. It's going to take me through some question marks, and maybe a couple of elites to get some relics. So that's what we're going to do. Oh boy. I'm going to adjust some things here. I am doing this on my laptop. I don't really have an expensive setup, so hopefully things will be alright. So this is combat right here. We have a hand of 5 cards per turn. You draw from your deck, your draw pile, and discard in your discard pile. And, you know, once you run out of cards in your discard pile, it's going to shuffle back in like Uno, basically. You can see what enemies intend to do. This enemy intends to attack for 11 damage. Because we want to conserve our healing to try and get back up to full HP, if we were at 80 HP right now, we could afford to take 6 during this combat because we'd heal 6 and be back at 80, but we'd like to get up to 46. I'm going to try and block all this guy's damage. We're still going to take 1 damage because we have 10 block, and then we'll attack him. If we spend all of our energy that turn, he's going to attack. And next turn, as you can see, we shuffled some cards back into our deck. One of the things that's nice to note is we have an 8-card deck because we chose to remove cards. So if we started with the 10-card deck, we would draw our first hand of 5, and then we would draw another hand of 5, and we wouldn't get whatever was in our first hand until the 3rd turn. With this, if we were to get, say, Bash first turn, which is probably our best card right now, then we have a chance, about a 40% chance, to get it in our second hand as well. And even then, you know, after that, you can still get it in your 3rd hand if you're extremely lucky. So that's kind of the benefit to having a thin deck. This guy is going to block for the next turn, and he's going to use a buff. So I believe he raises his attack power. We're going to bash. That makes him vulnerable, which makes our attacks do more damage to him. He's vulnerable for 2 more turns. And we'll pass turn. So he's going to raise his strength by 3. So now he's hitting us for 14. That's more. I think we're going to. I think next turn he will stop attacking, but I'd like to get him while he's vulnerable. But we still have bash, so I think I'm going to block all of his damage. And then this turn we cannot kill him, but we'll take him close, and we'll also block 5. So overall in this combat we lost, or we will have lost 6, and we will heal back to 40, which is where we went into it. Obviously we would have wanted to take no damage if possible, so we could heal to 46, but it did not end up being possible. So we gathered 17 gold, and we can add a card to our deck. Now, you want to be considerate with what cards you add to your deck. A lot of times you're just like, oh, that card looks good, but remember, you want to draw great cards as often as possible, not necessarily just good cards. At this point, you have Warcry. It costs 0. It lets you draw. It exhausts, which means once you play it, you're done with that card for that fight. So you can only play it once per combat. I don't know if I like this. This I really don't like. It's gonna randomly play cards. That could be like, play a bash, you get a free bash, but you no longer get to play a bash for the end. And then Sword Boomerang, I just don't think it's that good. It's gonna deal random damage. I don't think that's necessary. So we're gonna move on. I am kind of playing sort of advanced strategies in a way. If I had streamed the first time I ever played this game, I think I lost within 5 minutes. So this is definitely different from a first person or a first glance perspective of this game. So this is your kind of event-based sort of thing. It'll give you a scenario and different choices. This is the woman in blue. From the darkness, an arm pulls you into a small shop. As your eyes adjust, you see a pale woman in sharp clothes gesturing towards a wall of potions. Buy a potion now, she states. So we can choose to buy potions. I think if we choose to leave without buying a potion, I think she actually hurts us and we lose HP. I could be wrong about that. But I'm fine with spending 40 potions on 3 gold. That seems like or 40 gold on 3 potions. That seems like a good deal. So we are going to get Dexterity Potion. Dexterity is like a permanent block upgrade. So you saw that enemy boosted his strength, so he did more attack damage. We can do that as well with certain cards and potions. Dexterity, though, boosts the amount of block that you get when you play a block card. And then a Fire Potion just deals 20 damage. Those are really useful if you're going to, if you can't quite kill an enemy and you need to save yourself from getting hit by them. So this guy, he's going to attack us for 7. And he's going to debuff us. So we're going to block 5, and I think we're going to go ahead and hit him twice. We are going to come up on a campfire before too long. Check my map. So yeah, we're going to fight an elite, and then we're going to come up on a campfire. So I think we should be good. If anything, we do have a fire potion, so if we get him down to 20 HP or below, then we can, just slaughter him. And I think, oh man, we don't have any block. I think I'm just going to hit him. We don't have enough to get him down to 20 to where the fire potion would take effect, so we're going to take some unfortunate damage. We're still doing alright. I think now I am going to go ahead and use my fire potion, because I don't want to take any more damage from this guy. So we're going to heal up to 32. We get 14 gold. We get an energy potion. That lets us, gain more energy, play more cards. Bloodletting can be good. Again, gaining energy is good. There's also cards and relics that give you benefits when you lose HP, which is kind of useful. Havoc, again, I don't really want. Infernal Blade, it can be good. It's basically just a random 1-cost attack, and it can also be like, it can give you a bash for 1 cost. So I think I'm going to go with that. And then we're going to follow the question mark paths. In general, question marks are better than combat, just because, you can get better things, and you don't want to take damage. So this is another choice. We can heal for 26. We can get 5 max HP bonus, so we'll be at 85 max HP. Or we can receive a relic, but we'll be cursed, and this curse will, make us lose HP. Curses are generally pretty bad, but you have the opportunity to remove them fairly often, and relics are usually worth it, so I think I'm going to do that. We got the Mango, which gives us 14 max HP, so I feel pretty good about that. That seems like a good trade. Let's see what we get here. This is, okay, you come across an inconspicuous pedestal with a shining golden idol sitting peacefully atop. It looks incredibly valuable. You sure don't see any traps nearby. Sounds like a trap. I do want to take the golden idol, though, because it's a good relic. It is going to give us 25% more gold from enemies, and then we can choose our trap, interestingly enough. We can choose to outrun the giant boulder and gain another curse. This one isn't very bad. It doesn't actually cause any negative effects. It just keeps us from drawing the cards we want. We can take 23 damage, or we can lose 7 max HP. Honestly, I like having a ton of max HP, so I think I'm just going to accept the curse. There are also relics that give you benefits for having curses. Sometimes that can be really good. We are going to play Infernal Blade and hope it gives us something good. It gave us Reaper, which is kind of bad, but we're going to use it anyway. And then I think This guy is asleep, and he will remain asleep for a couple turns, so I'd like to get a bash on him. I think he remains asleep for 8 turns, as long as you don't, hurt him. He will remain asleep. We haven't actually broken through his block yet. See, this turn, I mean, I don't want to wake him up yet, because I know we're going to draw a bash next, but we are going to take 2 damage from regret. See, now he's going to wake up next turn. So yeah, we have bash and we have strikes. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to bash and strike. That way now he's vulnerable. This enemy, this elite is not too bad, but he does hit pretty hard. So he's going to hit me for 18. And honestly, while he's vulnerable, I'm just going to hit him. I mean, well, I could block quite a bit of his damage. I think I'll drink a dex potion. And then I will block for 7. So we're going to take 13 total off of regret and the enemy. That's going to put us at like 29 or 31. It's entirely possible that we could die here. I really don't want to, but it is possible. We are going to bash, we're going to strike, and then I think we're going to drink an energy potion, so we'll be able to get more damage out on him, and we'll lose less HP, although admittedly this does not look too good. We do have a campfire after this, which is useful. This is a free turn, but he's going to debuff us, and I believe he's going to cause us to lose strength and dexterity. So, like, the longer this fight with this guy goes on, the weaker you get, and if you let him, like, our strikes start out dealing 6 damage. If you let him do that debuff on you 6 times, your strikes just start dealing 0 damage, and there's just nothing you can do. We are almost going to die. We are going to be at 4 HP. I think we're gonna die. For streaming, this is gonna be an interesting first episode because obviously I'm gonna die. But that was interesting to say the least. We have been defeated. Not like this. It says I did not expect the first episode to go that way. That was kind of an unlucky thing. Although honestly, maybe I should have taken the first choice to remove 2 cards. But that's usually a good choice. We did get a mediocre score. If you make it to the end, you usually get scores in the couple hundreds up to like 1,000, and there are like leaderboards implemented. But that'll be it for this stream, this episode, I guess. Hopefully I'll do this more often, and hopefully I'll get like a chat set up if I'm really just gonna do this, and if people are gonna watch. Until then, I will see all of you later. Bye.